Hello, my super beautiful, lovely souls. It's Lizzie the Lightworker here. So thank you guys for joining me today. Today we're working on messages from your higher self, from the universe, from your twin while you're in separation. What you need to do, maybe what you need to be working on, sort of maybe how to get yourself unstuck or what needs healing, maybe some relation to your twin, some cards that come out reflect back to your twin. If you'd like to see that and more, stay tuned for this whole reading. Make sure you watch the reading in its entirety so you can get all the messages. And we're using butterfly oracle cards, okay? So we're going to get right into this reading, guys. And we're just going to start. So Aries, this could be for Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising, I will say, or if you were with an Aries, that was your divine. So finances, okay, so there could have been some real issues with finances. Maybe this played into the split or the separation with your twin, okay? Maybe there was lack of financing, or wasn't a good direction with finances, or finances could have put you in your separation partially, okay? Sometimes we want different things, okay? Sometimes, we want to maybe have a higher level of commitment, which could possibly be marriage or engagement, let's just say, or moving in together. That requires the proper finances. So if that's not there, and sometimes those are deal breakers, guys. I know it's sad, and money definitely should not rule anything, or rule anything that has to do with twin flame divine union. And that is why, if there is money issues, it will split you up from your twin, because that's not supposed to be an issue. Do you guys follow me? It's supposed to be like, money is not really real, okay? But it's sort of like something may have changed in the financial situation between you and your twin. Maybe you needed to pursue different career options, or better career options, or maybe they did, okay? But sort of like what I was saying, guys, financial shit is not supposed to like interrupt with your twin flame stuff, because it is part of ego stuff, okay? So the only reason why, you might feel afraid when it comes to finances is because your ego associates change with fear, okay? So if there's any changes that had to do with money, or anything that, you guys maybe you were saving money and then stuff got messed up, or anything like that, it really just has to do with you yourself, how you're going to work to stay committed to things. How you or your twin was going to stay committed to, a progression in life when it comes to career or financial goals. Okay, so that could be what was an issue here. All right, it could have been that you needed to reduce spending or expenses, or maybe you entered a business agreement that was not good. Okay, could be that you could have had a bad contract with somebody, or bad partnership, or maybe you and your twin were working together and that's what happened. There was some failure with financial shit. But really, it's also about settling debts. Okay, so maybe you or your twin had debts, and that was a major thing that needed to get taken care of, and that could have added towards the separation. Okay, so with windfall to me has to do with things that we were not really maybe accepting completely, maybe about ourselves or about our twin, okay? It could have to do with that, like that not, when you don't like really accept your true self, or they don't really accept their true self, and you're sort of trying to purge these things out, okay? Again, it does also relate to the financial stuff, so I feel like financial stuff was a major problem here, okay? So there was definitely a change in finances. When you get these two cards together, it's just, there's no getting around it. It did have to do with money, okay? So it does have to do with debts, paying off debts, things like that, your spending habits, how you spend. Maybe you were a little too irresponsible for them. Maybe they were too irresponsible for you, okay? Either way, you were not seeing eye to eye when it came down to the bare essentials of money or financial situation, okay? But it also is a good card because it gives you an opportunity to correct things. Okay, so I feel like you could pay off debts, or you could learn better spending habits, or they could, or that's part of the reason why you both needed to separate. You have to learn these things separate, or you just couldn't learn them together maybe. Okay, the energy for that could have been a little bit too funky. But you know what? Your prayers definitely are answered when this card comes up too. So if you've been asking for help or wanting help or praying for help, it will come. This is a positive card for that, okay? So, you know, what you're going to want to do is just, you know, sort of like, you know, give it to a higher purpose. I know that sounds like incredibly like, you know, not stupid, but it sounds like, oh, really? It's like, yeah, you know, if you give it to a higher purpose and you don't obsess over what you did wrong in the past or what they did wrong in the past, it will help you go into the future with a clear mind. That's all I'm really saying, guys. So just know that, you know, it's a lesson, and hopefully you learn the lesson or they learn the lesson about finances or money, and you can sort of go into your future, you know, with a more peaceful attitude, and you will begin to attract what you really, really need, okay? So keep the faith. So yeah, it's so easy to get down in the dumps when a lot of this shit is happening to us and we can't even anticipate that, like, what the next day is going to be like, what the next hour is going to be like. That's really what this card has to do with, keeping the faith through the most turmoil times, and really, like, you know, where does it come from? What is your source of faith? I'm sorry, source of faith. I can't even talk. You have to really focus on that source of faith. And what was the faith in the relationship? Maybe one of you lost faith, okay? And, you know, that made a major change, okay? Made a major change in the energy or the emotions or the flow of this relationship, okay? It's just that, like, when we have challenges, you know, it's like, divine intervention sometimes does happen, guys. Sometimes divine intervention does happen between two twin flames. Especially when we're not learning lessons and we're not treating each other ideally, or we're not working on the real goals of twin flame union, and we're still in ego and 3D existence, and we're still worried about money and pride and all those things. So sometimes there could be divine intervention. So I feel like that is what happened here, and keep the faith is just a message from spirit or angels that you know, it has to do with you sort of reconnecting with your spiritual faith and sort of accepting your spiritual journey and worrying and focusing a little bit more on that than the past issues or the 3D issues like money and ego. Okay. So it could be that you get into spirituality a bit more. Maybe you need to do that more so than you think you are. We could always be more spiritual than we think we are. So maybe reading, getting into religious study, maybe a community, a Facebook group, something like that. Okay. And always to remain optimistic. Okay. You can create your own like vigils and your own affirmations. This is sort of like what that's telling you to do here. And sort of like, know that every experience is meaningful, okay? Bad or good, every single experience is meaningful. It is for a reason, it is for a purpose. Faith is a way to also access your inner knowing, okay? So really believe in yourself and the power of your mind and your intuition to sort of navigate you through the rest of this spiritual journey. So join in. Again, I'm going to put this with the spiritual journey thing, guys. To me, this is saying that you need to find a group or a community type thing where you spend some time, okay? It could be a Facebook group. It could be a social media group. It could be a group within your community, like a Reiki shop, okay? Or a New Age shop that you go to and you find out about stuff, okay? Learning about crystals, learning about meditation. To me, this is saying you need to start to learn these things. It's going to help you along on your spiritual journey. But getting involved with the community about it, okay? People that have been a little bit more into this than you, further down the line than you, that have learned a little bit more than you, that can share their experiences with you and share how they started their journey, or some tips to sort of keep you on track when it comes to the spiritual part of your journey, okay? And moving. Okay, so physical move, that's possible. Or like I said, it could just be that you are just continuing moving down the line with your spiritual journey. I don't know too if your twin separated from you by physical move. Okay, sometimes when this card comes in, we're talking about twin flame stuff. To me, I could say that there was a physical move, or you made a move to do something for yourself that left your twin behind, or they made a move for themselves, something to progress themselves that left you behind, okay? Either way, it is about moving on, or movement towards the future, towards the things that you really want to do. It could be emotional movement or moving, where your emotions are moving on. You're starting to get in control of that, or you're leaving behind the bad emotions or the bad things that you were feeling. And the same goes for them in this separation, okay? I feel like they may have a more of a movement, and you're just starting to adopt that or get into that, okay? It could be that you need to move for yourself. Sometimes we just don't like where we live. We're not happy. You could move for a job or a career. There could be an opportunity coming along for you. Or with the joining card, like I said, with the community, it could be that you have to do some moving for the community. You have to actually travel to places to meet up with people, or get into these spiritual groups, or do these things for yourself. But yeah, really, it just does have to do with sort of maybe like a happy change that's coming in for you. Okay, finding something meaningful, something that you really want to do, something you really want to be a part of. I feel like it has to really speak to you, though, or else you're not going to have interest, or you're going to lose interest really, really quickly. Okay, as an Aries, that does happen. But I feel like you will get a lot of support, okay? I just do. I have a good feeling that you will get a ton of support from other people, that you'll feel better about yourself, about the whole issue with the twin, the whole issue with the separation. I just feel like it will definitely pay off for you, you know, if you do decide to do that. And we're going to get one more card, guys. And we're getting heavenly signs. I got this in another reading that I did, guys. This is so beautiful. So definitely pay attention to the messages Spirit are trying to give you. Spirit will give you messages in subtle ways, okay? So if you're completely oblivious, you're not going to get Spirit messages. If you meditate, you're going to open yourself more to Spirit messages. You're also going to want to learn how to ground and protect yourself, okay? I feel like energy can really get to you or bother you sometimes, or really bog you down. So you're going to have to need to learn how to do that for yourself, okay? Tons of meditation videos out there, tons of guided meditations. You can just look up one on YouTube. But absolutely pay attention for the spiritual signs, the heavenly signs. You may have a loved one in spirit that's around you, that maybe it's recent loss, or maybe it's an anniversary that just came about, and this spirit is an ancestor or a loved one in spirit. They want you to know they're around you. They want you to know they're supporting you. They're trying to let you know that they are there for you. They are there trying to comfort you in ways. Maybe you're having dreams, okay? So pay attention to your dreams. Maybe you want to get a dream journal and write some things down, okay? Maybe you're hearing a song that reminds you of them, or you see a feather suddenly, or a coin, or, you know, different things in your house that remind you of this person, okay? The spirit of your loved ones is just in true compassionate form, okay? They love you unconditionally. They're not there to scare you. They're there to try to let you know that you are being supported. They don't like to see you when you're sad or down or grieving or upset or not making movement or progress in your life. They want all those good things for you. So think about the core good things of life in general, okay? Your loved one in spirit wants you to experience those things and have those things and go towards opportunities, okay? So whatever it is you're thinking right now about doing, do it. Please do it. Don't delay, okay? Leave the past behind you. Don't worry about the shit that happened with your twin. It was all for a reason. You're making movement. You're making progress. I feel like you're definitely going to get support with community or Facebook groups or social media groups. You're going to get that support, okay? Even if you turn around and help someone else with their journey as well, you're going to be more involved. I'm feeling that, okay? But yes, guys, this has been really good reading. I really like this one. So let me know, guys, if you'd like to see any more like this. Just tell me your astrology sign and I'd be glad to do it. This is messages for Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising in separation with their twin. This has been Lizzie the Lightworker. Please hit that thumbs up button if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe, guys, so you can see more videos. Love and light to you all.